What comes to mind when you think of a cowboy?
I got one last ride left in me.
No doubt you see this man, right? Sam Elliott is an American actor best known for his deep Texan look. His signature thick mustache, deep baritone voice.
I got the horses in the back. Horse stack is attached.
And sparkling eyes embody a true cowboy. Despite his professional success and good public image, Sam Elliott is no exception. His life has had its share of misfortunes, especially now that he approaches 80. The dark shadows over his life remain outstanding. So how about you join us as we dive into the personal life of this icon? Without further ado, let's get into it. The journey of Samuel Park Elliott began on August 9, 1944, in Sacramento, California. He was born to extraordinary parents. One Miss Glynn Mamie, who married Mr. Henry Nelson Elliott. Sam's dad, Mr. Henry Elliott, worked as a predator control specialist for the Department of Interior. His mother, a Texas state diving champion in high school and later a physical training instructor, worked as a high school teacher. Amazingly, Sam Elliott's parents were from El Paso, Texas, which gave him a deep Texas root. Elliott has an ancestor who served as a surgeon at the Battle of San Jacinto. That explains the origin of that mustache. Sam moved from California to Portland, Oregon, with his family when he was 13 years old. Here, he spent the rest of his teenage years attending David Douglas High School, where he later graduated in 1962. After graduating high school, Elliott attended college at the University of Oregon as an English and psychology major. But these weren't his dreams, but his father's, as he only attended for 2 terms before dropping out. Sam returned to Portland and attended Clark College in nearby Vancouver, Washington, where he completed a 2-year program. Sam's move to Clark College was all the spark he needed to push towards his goal of becoming an actor. After he graduated from Clark in 1965, Elliott re-enrolled at the University of Oregon and pledged to the Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity, which heightened his college experience. Despite having a pleasant experience in college and being en route to graduate, Sam Elliott encountered an unpleasant situation, which led to his dropping out for the 2nd time. I guess he wasn't destined to have a college degree from the University of Oregon. This time, it was the news of his very own father's death that caused him to drop out. Sam's father died of a heart attack in the late 1960s at the age of 54. Although Sam was 18 when his father died, what made this news devastating for him was the fact that their relationship wasn't in the best of times. This was because of ideological differences. In the late 1960s, Elliott relocated to Los Angeles to pursue a career in acting, which his father had discouraged him from doing, instead urging him to obtain a college degree. Elliott recalled, "He gave me that proverbial line, 'You've got a snowball's chance in hell of having a career in Hollywood.'" Expressing the complicated nature of the situation, Sam stated that his father had died thinking that he was heading down the wrong path, which was quite unfortunate. Despite this huddle, Sam has shown great admiration for his dad. He said, "He was a realist, my dad. He was a hard worker. He had a work ethic that I've fashioned mine after, and I thank him for that every day." At Clark College, Sam participated in a stage production of Guys and Dolls, playing a significant role as Big Jewel. He didn't disappoint as he fully displayed his skills, awakening the sleeping beast inside the iconic Sam Elliott. His performance didn't go unnoticed as he gained recognition from the Vancouver Columbian newspaper, which suggested that Elliott should be a professional actor, an advice Sam Elliott took very seriously. For him, this was a defining moment in pursuing his career. Sam Elliott had to take a pivotal step towards achieving his dreams. This involved relocating to Los Angeles, where he hoped to succeed in Hollywood. Immediately, he auditioned for numerous roles while perfecting his skills and awaiting his big break. Because of his hard-working nature, Sam did whatever it took to keep his head above water. He worked in the construction industry alongside serving in the California Air National Guard's 146th Airlift Wing, also known as the Hollywood Guard, a reserve of the United States Air Force and part of the National Guard of the United States located at Van Nuys Airport, before the unit moved to Channel Islands Air National Guard Station. Sam says that his brief time in the military was crucial in developing his discipline and skills for his acting career. With this, he was able to land himself minor roles that granted him the opportunity to appear in films and television shows, where he displayed his unique talents for the public to see. After earning his first television credit as Dan Kenyon in Judd for the Defense in the episode The Crystal Maze, Sam Elliott proved that he was here to stay. Landing appearances on other TV shows like Lancer in the late 1960s and early 1970s was not ready for Samuel Elliott. He was gradually becoming established as a Hollywood actor. In the deathbait episode of Lancer, Sam Elliott played Renslow. With this, he appeared in 2 additional episodes of the same series between 1970 and 1971. As if this wasn't proof enough that Sam Elliott had begun his domination, he had an opportunity to appear in the movie Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. Katharine Ross played one of the leads in the film, alongside Robert Redford and Paul Newman. Although she and Sam had no scenes together and didn't even get to know each other while filming the movie, Katharine and Sam would later get married, even if it took 10 years, which it did. In the film, Sam shot the opening scene, taking on the role of a card player who enjoyed observing the remarkable skills of the Sundance Kid. Sam Elliott had finally made it to the big screen, but still had a long way to go. The progress continued for upcoming superstar Sam Elliott, mainly as he was featured as Douglas Wood for several episodes in a television series, making rounds at that time, Mission Impossible. This appearance made Elliott even more known and appreciated. Progressiveness didn't stop there. In 1972, Elliott appeared as the Cowboy Walker in a series of Falstaff beer commercials, strengthening his foot in the entertainment industry. Boy, was this guy on a roll. Sam's acting career was starting to take shape, something Sam's father didn't even imagine would ever happen. Forward to 1975, Elliott was cast in a lead role as Charles Wood in the television film I Will Fight No More Forever, a movie about one Chief Joseph who resisted the U.S. government from forcibly removing his Nez Perce Indian tribe from their home to a reservation in Idaho. Sam's name was now making its way to most people's mouths in and around Hollywood, taking on significant roles like the one he landed in the 1978 horror film The Legacy. Here, he played alongside Katharine Ross, who also had a small part in the movie. It had been 10 years since they had played in Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. It turns out this was the time Sam had been longing for. According to Sam, he was immediately lovesick with Katharine as far back as when he was filming Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid in 1969. All that ragged look and patience, too. Sam was really something else, right? But again, I don't think it was patience. As Sam himself said, he was actually too afraid to speak to her. Yeah, he has a rugged, good-looking guy look, but you can understand his reservations as she had a leading role when Sam himself didn't. He was just an extra in a bar scene. At the time, he was right to think that she was way out of his league and to keep quiet about his feelings. But what happens a few years later? Katharine says, it was his rugged good looks, deep voice, and straight-shooting personality. Or maybe it could have just been the mustache. Katharine admitted having fallen for Sam. She said, it could have been all of the above. It could have been all that and more. But for Sam, all that matters is that she finally fell for him. Katharine had already been divorced 3 times before, and at the time, she was heading towards her 4th divorce. This was with Gaetano Tom Lisi. But this did faze Sam as they ended up being a power couple, living together on a seaside ranch in Malibu, California, with a daughter, Cleo Rose Elliott, who was also in the industry as a musician back in Malibu. Sam and Katharine were a powerhouse in Hollywood at the time, especially after being named Hollywood's sexiest couple on the cover of Playgirl magazine. Man, were they something. Sam and Katharine aren't just powerhouses on paper. They have proven to have each other's backs. One time, Sam was asked to go in for a screen test for the role of Gar in the movie Mask. He turned down the audition, but when his better half found out, she called his agent and told him, no, Sam would be there to audition. Sam is very thankful that his wife did that, as Katharine kept Sam from making a major career mistake because, as it turned out, that's what established him in mainstream media. Sam gave an outstanding performance, which was noticed by the Los Angeles Times, who wrote that his portrayal of Gar was terrific. It received as much critical attention as the performances by Cher and Eric Stoltz, who had major roles in the film. According to reports, Sam's acting has garnered him a fortune. His net worth is somewhere in the range of $16 million. However, some of it was also earned during his narrative and voiceover roles. Well, I'd be disappointed if he didn't use that deep voice in the voiceover, and I know you would too, because that voice is unique. Sam and Catherine own several properties across the U.S., including a seaside ranch in Malibu and a property in the Willamette Valley, Oregon. Today, Sam is almost 80, and his recent days were marked by many cheers and awards, which we all agree he earned remarkably, right? It is so iconic how, with all these, Sam is willing to share his secrets to success with the public. This is admirable. In an interview once, he explained how he chose his roles, which, as we can see, was a major determining factor in his success. He said he had never taken on a project for the money, but come on, guys. I'll let you decide. Let me know if you believe Sam in the comments section. Though he has not declared his retirement from the big screens, we can only watch the mature champ and hope for more from him. Anyway, he has a lot of time to relax. He should, though he deserves it. He shouldn't have to worry about the money. Anyway, let us know what you think of Sam Elliott's experience. Thanks for watching. See you next time.